Welcome back to the 18th episode of the BroadStreet Sports podcast featuring Zachary Chavey and Logan Burns.
What's up? So today we'll start off talking about the MLB and going into the World Series. And then we'll move on to hockey, talk about baseball or basketball, and then talk about football.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So the World Series starts tomorrow night. It will be the Arizona Diamondbacks going to Texas for a 7-game series that is full of great stars, young stars, experience. Both teams that pretty much have the same storyline. A couple years ago, they were 100 loss teams, and now they're both fighting for the season right now for the World Series. So, anything you want to say?
Well, let's see. The Rangers overall the series, I kind of agree with you because you said earlier that they'll probably go to 5. I agree with that. Mostly because I want the Rangers to win. I think the Rangers win.
It's no bias to the Diamondbacks. I would just like to see Texas win because they're like that team that's been on fire. And like they're just such a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I mean, plus the Rangers do so well away. It's insane to me, I guess, because when they played the Astros, if you were home, you lost the game. Nobody won.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nobody won at home.
Yeah, like both teams had their chances, but then they would like choke it for some like odd reason, and then the other team would win. It's crazy. But I just think Texas. I can't even say experience though, because both these teams don't have experience. It's just they have the better players, the more experienced players, not in the playoffs, but years of playing pretty much. Yeah. But I mean, should be a good series. I think, or not really. I just think we're gonna see Texas. I feel like this is what I have it. Like you said, I have it going to 5 games because I think they split. Yep. In Texas, because Texas, they're in the World Series now. They have to win home games, so they're not going to win. And then I just think they completely dominate in Arizona. Like, it's as simple as that. So,
yeah.
But how about we talk about that team you're wearing the hat for? So.
Yep. Let's see. We were up by 2.
Up 3-2, too.
Yeah, 3-2. Let's see. In all my days, even before the playoffs, I talked so much shit on our goddamn bullpen, and they weren't the ones to let us down. I thought if we were ever going to get knocked out of the playoffs, it would be because of them. And it kind of was, but not really.
They pretty much did what they needed to do, but there was a bigger factor that made it really lost, and that was the offense. If you didn't know what we were talking about, yeah, the offense pretty much felt like pretty much game 5, they gave all their effort. They put everything they had left in the tank into that game, and then they had no fuel left.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's like the only reason I say like the bullpen kind of failed is because of Craig Kimbrell.
Especially, the biggest story was him, the walk-off on Game 3 against Ketel Marte, and then Rob Thompson putting him in the next night in the 8th inning, and Alec Thomas ties it with a 2-run homer.
Yeah, that was really bad. It was, that's the only reason I say kind of the bullpen, just because of that moment.
But then the offense could have also done more. Yeah. Like they did, the Game 5 and Game 2 were the best games played by the Phillies that entire series. Game 1 was close, but the bullpen shut the door.
Yeah.
Game 2 was just complete dominance by us. Game 3, that was completely offense. Our 1-1 was a wild pitch with an offense that could easily score 10 runs every night. Game 4, that's completely not just the bullpen, it's Craig Kimbrell, because the Phillies were down, the offense fought back. 5 runs on the board in a playoff game should be good enough, especially for the playoffs, because that's when the pitchers had the most fuel, their pitchers are better than in the regular season. And then Game 5 was just...
It's all blurry, man. You can just talk.
Oh, yeah. Game 5 was, like, the only one, pretty much. Like, it's just... Like, Game 2 and Game 5 were the best series. But it just felt like it felt like we went to Arizona thinking we were going to dominate them. And they really didn't dominate us, but it felt like we were losing to ourselves. Like,
yeah.
Like, mental mistakes, pretty much. Like... For example, when Christopher Sanchez started Game 4 in the first inning, he threw it the first and thought there was already 3 outs. There was only 1. Like, mental mistakes got to this team, And they had the confidence, but they also had arrogance, which, like, you saw it last year. They had the confidence. They knew they could win, and they did. This year, they said, oh, we're right back here again. We're just going to go immediately back. Everybody had them favored. But then, this team, Arizona, don't get me wrong, had a great season. Congratulations on winning. Good luck in the World Series. I hope Texas wins, but pretty much, like, they are not the team. They won 84 games. They almost, one more loss, they almost would have had 80 losses. They barely got in there. And you let them not only win the series, but take it to 7 after being up 2-0. Like, the story of the series was them not being able to take one, or them only being able to take one game in Arizona. It's pretty much like they lost the series 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, because it's like, the Phillies' problem was, because it's like, I understand, because we hit probably the most home runs ever.
Yeah.
We mostly rely on home runs. But it's like we kind of had to fix the problem of leaving guys out on the base.
Yes.
Like, what was it, Game 7? Kyle Schwarber had a double, and he just sat there the whole time.
Literally, the first pitch of the inning, smokes a double. Trey Turner strikes out. Or pops out. Harper strikes out. Boom, grounds out. That's your top of the lineup. That's the spark you're supposed to give. And there's one person that needs to be pointed out. Nick Castellanos. What was that performance in the National League Championship Series? He hit a home run in Game 1, and after that, he was 0 for his last 23, which the money he's getting paid is terrible. Like, this guy cannot do that. This is what he did last year, and you saw how much it costed us, not having the ability to have that guy we paid a lot of money not producing. Exactly what he did, but it mattered even more because this was the season.
Yeah.
And I mean, it felt like after Game 4, except Game 5, the offense showed up. But after that, it wasn't really on the pitching. Nola, don't get me wrong, he was terrible. I do not want to see him back on this team. He can go to free agency. I could care less. I'm happy what he's done here, but it's time to see him go. Like, he's shown me enough where it's like he's like 50-50 sometimes. And for him being considered a good pitcher is not, like, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, him being a 50-50 pitcher, but people still considering he's good. Like, and then the offense, like, Game 6 and Game 7 in Philly, in your ballpark, teams coming into there, they had no chance. They nicknamed it the jungle, like, and you scored 1 run on Monday night in Game 6, and then 2 runs on Tuesday night, Game 7. 3 runs in a combined 2 games at home. That's something to talk about.
I mean, it's like, I kind of expected the Diamondbacks not to really pitch to Schwarber or, like, Harper.
Yeah.
It's like, that's expected. But it's like, after that, you still got a bunch of hitters. Because it's like, so far in the last 2 games, the only 2 guys... Actually, I guess the only, like... Well, it kind of differs. Because it's like, Game 6, the only 2 guys that really did anything were JD and Marsh.
Yeah.
And then Game 7 was, like, Stott and Bohm.
Yeah.
So it's like, and even then, they still didn't even do that good overall.
Yeah, like, Bohm had that homer and then went 0 for 3. Like,
yeah.
And then, we could talk about this all day, but the final topic I want to talk about is swinging pitches out of the zone. When they got home, they were just swinging for the fences. They tried to hit a home run every pitch. Like, you saw it. Like, there was this one pitch they pitched to Rojas, which he should have never... when we would have got to Philly, I would have put Pache in for both of those games. The pitcher, like, threw a pitch that, like, pretty much curved right past him into the other strike zone. He's swinging for it. Like, I don't know what he sees in that. And then, like, just swinging at pitches that we know that they know is going in the dirt, but they see something in it that they think they can swing, but they really can't.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for us. I mean, like, that pitch, that was really bad.
Yeah.
What you just said, that's really bad. I'm not excusing that. But I always feel bad for us because people were saying, like, he sucks. And, yeah, he's not a good hitter, but he's also a rookie who got brought in mid-July. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to be a good hitter. But it's like, you got to look at his defense. That's why he's there. Mm-hmm. He's such a good outfielder. He's very good at it. And even in the playoffs, he had a triple. So I'll take that.
Yeah, but his average was below 100, which, I mean, I think I would have put Pache in probably for 6 or 7 because, in my opinion, they're the same player. But Pache has the better bat. He's a better hitter, which in the playoffs you need to make moves. Like Thompson, he was just satisfied with keeping the same lineup every game, which I'm fine with. You need to keep Schwarber, Turner, Harper, those guys at the top because when they're on fire, they're unstoppable. But at like the same time, you have to make these small changes because they can make big impacts. Like it's almost like they kept the lineup stale. Like pretty much they kept it the same, no changes. I know it got them to the championship series, but I don't know. This is before we move on because we could talk about this all day. I still don't understand how you take the team you had last year, barely made it in, took it all the way to the World Series, and we're 2 wins away. You upgrade from Segura, who's a great player, but you upgrade to Trey Turner. You get Taijuan Walker. You get guys like Matt Strom, Craig Kimbrell, like guys in the bullpen. And the lineup, Harper's back healthy. Like Castellanos had a resurgent season this year. Schwarber, you know what you're gonna get out of him. And you losing you don't even get to the World Series. That's like a failed season in my opinion.
Yes and no. Yeah, we probably should have went. But even though it's like you also kind of have to look at the overall season because it's like we had a slow start, but after that, once we got to June, it was smooth sailing pretty much. Yeah. We kind of just rocked every team that came our way pretty much. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't really struggle very much in the summer. So it's not like I wouldn't say it completely failed. I wouldn't call it a failed season entirely. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But then we're going to move on then because, like I said, that could be discussion for days. But we're going to move on to now hockey because hockey's back, season's in the swings. And I just want to talk about the Flyers in particular real quick because even though it's early in the season, right now they're second in the Metropolitan Division, and they've looked good so far. And the guy leading the charge right now is Travis Konechny with already 8 goals in, I think, 3 or 4 games, which is great. And I'm happy hockey's back. So, anything you want to talk about? Or
no, not really. I haven't really watched much hockey yet. I usually show hockey and basketball. I don't watch until football's over. Yeah. This is football time right now for me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We need some resurgence after what the Phillies did to us. So.
Oh, birds. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so... And then let's move on to the aforementioned basketball. So basketball's back. Season kicked off Tuesday night. We had the Nuggets get their rings, hang the banner. Jokic doing Jokic things, dropping a triple-double in the first night. And then another thing, the Lakers, they're big stars. LeBron showed up, but then I don't know if you saw this. Anthony Davis had 0 points in the second half. He finished with 17 and had 0 in the second half.
That dude's so inconsistent.
Like, he could be their best player over LeBron one night, lead the team, and then be nowhere to be found, like, the next night.
Yeah, he's an interesting fellow.
Yeah, and then the later game, we had the Suns and Warriors. Chris Paul already playing his former team. We had the Suns won even without Bradley Beal, their new star, because Devin Booker dropping 31 points. I feel like he could be a dark horse MVP favorite this year, because I feel like even though they had the stars next to him, he feels like the person that's the leader of this team and the captain. Like, he could go out, shoot the game winner, even though you got KD, Bradley Beal. Right now, my favorite for championship, I know it's way, way too early in the season. Some teams haven't even played yet. I just like the Bucks and Suns right now as my title favorite.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, I have the Bucks winning. I have no hope in the Sixers. James Harden's a prick. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go with the Bucks. Honestly, they're looking like the best team. I think the Bucks win our conference, and then the Suns win over there in the West.
For sure. And then last night we had Victor Wembanyama make his debut. His first career points was a 3-pointer. They did unfortunately lose to Luka Doncic, which he dropped a triple double. He had like 33, 11, and 10, which he's insane. And if they can get good scoring and like good production out of him and Kyrie, the Mavericks could easily make the playoffs this year. Now that they have a season, they had an off season with each other, and now that they can have a full regular season to build off each other, I feel like that's a good combo. And like Luka Doncic, he does need the ball in his hand, but he can also facilitate to the people around him. So
yeah, yep, he's a good player. I was kind of I'm not that shocked he didn't make the playoffs, but he looks very good.
And then another thing I want to talk about, the Celtics and Knicks game. That was the ESPN game for last night, and the Celtics squeaked out a win. Tatum had 33, but then I want to talk about Kristaps Porzingis. He looked like prime Kristaps. Like, he was playing the Knicks, and he looked like he was back in Madison Square Garden wearing that Knicks jersey. He was balling out. He looked like he was in his prime, super healthy. that's another dangerous team. If I don't see the Bucks don't go to the finals, that's another team I could see because this is their starting lineup right now, fully healthy. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis.
I forgot Holiday went there.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yep. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Jaylen Brown and Tatum were. Yeah, I mean, that's a good
because
team.
Brown got paid all this offseason.
Yeah.
He's the highest paid player in basketball right now, I think.
Not surprised. Yep. Is 300 million something like that?
Like, yeah, like 325, 320. Like, yeah, he's getting paid a lot.
Yeah.
Hopefully he falls out to it.
Yep.
Like, so we'll see about that one. And then, so that's our quick recap of basketball. And then, just so you know, the Sixers play the Bucks tonight for their opening season. To open their season. James Harden is back at practice, but he won't be making the road trip. So if he were to play, it'd probably be their first home game. So, So now we're going to move on to the final thing. We're going to talk about our final point for the day, football. We're going to preview tonight's Thursday night football game, Week 7. That was a good week, but since it's already been Thursday, we're going to move on to Week 8. So tonight we have the Buccaneers and Bills. What are you expecting to see in this game, and who do you think is going to win?
I don't even know. The Bills are so goddamn inconsistent for no reason.
Exactly.
I don't understand. I mean, I think I have them winning. I feel like I always have. I feel like I'll always kind of have them winning, especially playing like teams that are not as good as them. That's how I'm going to put that. So the Buccaneers aren't as good as them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to go with the Bills, but I wouldn't be completely shocked if they lost, because what are they, 4-3 right now?
Yeah, 4-3.
Jesus. Yep. Dolphins are definitely winning the division.
Who knows, though, because you just saw the Dolphins play a good team in the Eagles, and that was their first real test, and they did not pass with flying colors.
Yeah, it's also, they had an O-lineman got taken out very early in the game, and Jalen Carter took full advantage of that.
But if you think about it, Miami did lose to Buffalo fully healthy.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, weren't they at Buffalo, too?
Yes.
No, that's a factor. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I still think the Dolphins still win the division. I mean, 4-3 and what?
Dolphins just feels like one of those teams where they're like one of the most hyped teams in the league and could easily lose in the first round.
Oh, they definitely will.
Yeah.
I damn well know they're gonna lose in the first round. It's the Dolphins. Come on.
Yeah.
Unless they get unless they're like a high seed playing a low seed, they have a chance. But if they're like 4 and 5, if they're playing if they're 4 and then they play like 5th seed or whatever, it's close.
So who do you have winning tonight?
I have the Bills winning.
Mm-hmm. Me as well. I just think Buffalo at home. They should probably have a bounce back week. Maybe Allen can connect with Diggs better, and then let's see what Mayfield can do with him and Godwin are questionable right now, but they're both expected to play. So we'll see about that one. But I just think the Bills at home, after losing to the Patriots, they'll probably have fire in them and try to go out with a hot start and get some points on the board. I could easily see them scoring 30 points tonight.
Yeah.
So now we will be on the lookout for post tomorrow. I will be posting our picks for the week. So now, instead of talking about the rest of Week 8, we're going to talk about the trade deadline and one of the moves that's already happened. So trade deadline is coming up. I think it's next week. Yeah, next week. I don't know if you've been looking at the reports, but what's one player you think you could be moved and possibly to a team you're thinking of?
Well, I would say Devontae Adams, but the Raiders have said that they're not trading him this season, which I think is a shame.
I feel bad for him, yeah.
Fantasy-wise, because I traded Devontae Adams because it's the Raiders.
Yeah.
And screw that. But then as soon as I traded him, I heard rumors that he was going to get traded, and one of the teams scared the hell out of me because it was the Chiefs that were rumored to get him. Jeez. And I was horrified that I made a terrible mistake.
That would have been a crazy trade of that.
Yeah, it would have been.
But you know the Raiders, they're dumb, but they're not that dumb.
They're pretty dumb. Yeah, they'll probably trade him in the off-season to get some picks or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But they probably won't get the return back. They probably won't get the return they traded him for, which wasn't even that crazy if you think about it.
I don't even remember.
I think it was like a couple, 1 or 2 first, and then a couple seconds.
That's not even that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. It's not his fault he's doing bad.
The salary will be the biggest impact for them because he's the highest paid. He's the second highest paid receiver in the league.
Yeah.
So.
It's not even his fault though, because it's like he is always open. It's kind of like a Jamar Chase situation a little bit. He's always open.
But Jamar has the quarterback. He does not.
Yeah, well, that's what I was leaning to, because I was like, he's always open, but currently he's working with a broken Jimmy Garoppolo and whoever the hell their backup is.
Brian Hoyer, and then it was so bad they even put Aiden O'Connell in at the end of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's like, what do you expect him to do when he has to deal with these crappy quarterbacks? Plus, it's who's the hell's their second? What's his name?
Jacoby Myers.
All right, that's what I was
And
saying.
then Hunter Renfrow has completely disappeared. It's like Josh McDaniels has like a death wish for him.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers though, he's been getting a lot more attention.
If they actually had like a competent quarterback, this team could easily get trending for the playoffs because they have a solid offense. It's just the quarterback and the head coach who are both incompetent.
Last year too. Like Derek Carr's not even that bad.
Yeah.
Like they could have. Like he had Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. They had
Renfrow.
they had Renfrow, and then they have Crosby on defense.
And they had Waller last year too.
Oh shit, they did have Waller.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they could easily have gone to the off. They could have easily went to the playoffs.
That defense was so bad though. And Josh McDaniels, that was terrible. I don't know why they kept him. I don't know what they saw in him. I guess bringing in Jimmy G to see if they could do what they did in the Patriots, but it's the coach at this point. Jimmy G, Jimmy G's a managing quarterback. Like he's just why do you think he's succeeding with the Niners? Because they had the roster, and then you could see it with less reliable targets. That like he's not Devontae Jacoby, but like not having the defense be able to back him up, you could see how good he really is. Like,
yep. But
somebody you actually could see getting traded though, because I think Derrick Henry's on the move. I think he's gonna get traded. Yeah, him or D Hop, because they already traded Byard, which we'll talk about real quick. Kevin Byard went to the Eagles, I believe on Monday or Tuesday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Monday.
Yeah, he got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 5th, 6th, and Terrell Edmonds. What's your thoughts on that trade before we move back to the trade deadline?
That was a steal. We needed him.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
We gave up.
It's always good bringing back a hometown kid.
Yep. I mean, I'm happy. We definitely need him. He's just safety. Yeah, he's safety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. We're always just stealing things from the Titans. Real fun. I mean, it's just kind of just.
Yeah, it's almost like
it's just a holiday at this point.
It's almost like they're our farm or like they're our farm system.
I'm gonna lose my shit if Derrick Henry comes to the Eagles.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be insane. Imagine anybody having him in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, like I would kind of be pissed if we picked him up, like traded for him, because it's just like okay.
Because I like Swift, so.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that, because it's just like, okay, seriously, are we really going to use them that much?
Yeah, it's like...
Because it's like, I would share the same opinion I had with, like, because there were the rumors that we were picking up Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, come on now.
Yeah.
We don't really need him.
We would have to give up more for him anyway.
Yeah.
And besides, let the Colts pay him that much. That was so dumb.
Yeah.
He has been producing now, but he's not worth that much.
Yeah. I don't even know who the hell. I have, like, names in my head, but, like, nowhere for
You couldn't see any...
Nowhere to put them. Either, like, Buda Baker.
Ooh,
Buda Baker. I don't know where to put him, though. Either, like, honestly, they might send him to, like, the Panthers. You think about it. That could work.
They're trying to trade Jeremy Chin, though, so I don't know how much sense that would make.
Yeah.
Buda Baker would not want to go from a 1-win team to a 0-win team.
Oh, at that point, what's the difference? Fuck it.
I think this is a dark horse move that I could definitely see happening. I think the reports came out that Will Levis is most likely starting this game. I mostly think they're trying to trade Ryan Tannehill, and I could see him. Let's say the Jets win this week. I could see Ryan Tannehill getting traded there. Maybe just as like a guy. So say they make the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers could come back. He could just be like a bridge quarterback to them, because like he would have the weapons, and he would just need to hand the ball off to Breece Hall, which is just like handing the ball to Derrick Henry. And then when he has to pass, the offensive line is not terrible, but it's not the best. But he has receivers he can throw to.
I can see it, but I don't know if I agree with it necessarily, because it's like, if you look at Aaron Rodgers, motherfucker's already walking on his own. He has a bit of a limp, but still, he's walking.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson is out for blood, so he horrifies me. They had their bye week, right? Yeah, they just had
they're playing the Giants this week.
Oh, they're going to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the Giants suck so bad.
They beat the Commanders, though.
Yeah, is Daniel Jones playing or not? He isn't playing?
It was Tyrod Taylor.
No, I meant for this week. I know.
He's still questionable, but Brian Dable said to the reporters that Daniel Jones is our guy.
If
So.
Daniel Jones plays, then they're gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean
They had, let's see, what was the record? They finally had their first touchdown in the first half, first home touchdown, and there was a third one. It was really sad too.
I think it was like Darren Waller's first touchdown.
Yeah, it was Darren Waller's first touchdown. So it's like, okay, it's week 7, and this is what you're getting. Come on, you goddamn assholes.
They're 2-5. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anything else you want to bring up in particular? So.
No, not really. Do you want to talk about some upsets though? There were quite a few.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh god, they were.
That Browns-Colt game wasn't an upset. That was just a great game to watch.
Yeah, the Colts-Brown game. This wasn't an upset. I just want to talk about it. I sympathize with the Colts. I mean, I don't suggest hitting people with disabilities, but I would hit a ref. I'm not gonna lie. Those were some rough calls.
And they still only lost by 1 point.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they lost with like maybe a couple seconds left when the Browns scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I watched the end of that. That was a rough game.
Yeah, but Gardner Minshew.
He
looked like he was a running back out there.
Yeah, dude had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Then 2 passing touchdowns. And I don't know if you saw the 75-yard touchdown he had to Pittman.
No, I did see that.
Yeah, and then Jonathan Taylor got back in the end zone. Yeah, he had 300 yards passing, 1 reception, but it's like he balled out for what he needed to.
Still a good ratio, though.
This Colts team is interesting, though. It feels like last year they were so
3 rushing touchdowns? Oh, never mind.
I feel like they were so and it's like but it feels like they have more excitement and
Yep, the Browns are an interesting team, or the Colts are too. I mean, Anthony Richardson, for me, I thought he was gonna win rookie player of the year or offensive rookie of the year, but then he got taken out. So now my vote's for C.J. Stroud, but.
Yeah, but
Gardner Minshew is a good replacement.
You want to talk about the game below that?
Oh dear God! Yeah, so Ravens Lions, that was one hell of a game, real close and real nail biter.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Jahmyr Gibbs, fantasy hunters, finally in the end zone.
Want to know what's really funny about that?
Yeah.
It was this week coming in. It was coming into week 7. I dropped them because I was tired of his shit. So that's cool. I mean, he was sitting on my bench, so I don't really care that much.
Yeah, and he was 1 touchdown. Once Montgomery comes back, his production will be down.
Yeah.
I still understand why they drafted him.
I don't know. I think it's just going to be like DeAndre Swift all over again, kind of. Where it's like they just have him, just to have him. I don't know.
Yeah, or what they had DeAndre Swift, and then they had Jamal Williams, produce for them. So
I just like to think, because wasn't he the first running back to go in the draft?
No, Bijan.
Bijan? What pick did the Lions have? I thought they were before the Falcons.
No, they had the 12th pick. Falcons had the 8th pick.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they took Bijan in the top 10.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know if you heard that report about Bijan, though. Did you hear the report?
Isn't he questionable for something? I don't know.
No, apparently he was wasn't the best coming into this Bucks game, and Arthur Smith told no reporters, told no coaches, and just let Bijan play, and then everybody was getting mad at Arthur Smith for him not getting any production. In reality, he was he wasn't in the best shape to play.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's just shitty communication, and that's not going to work out for anybody at the end. So Lions-Ravens, that was a very, very, very weird game. The Lions just forgot how to play football. That's all well and good. Moving on, we have Bills-Patriots, and I kind of brought this up when we talked about the Bills-Bucks game, but it's how the hell do you lose the Patriots?
They lost with a couple seconds left. Mac Jones threw it to Gesicki for a game-winning touchdown.
I saw that. That's rough. It's I know the Bills' defense isn't that good, but it's also not that bad either. So, I don't know.
For sure, but... And then, any other games you want to mention?
Steelers look good. I'll give them that. Matt Canada has his job.
They still want him gone, though. Apparently in, the bakeries in Pittsburgh, there's, a thing they have where it's, fire Matt Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be shocked. Eagles, Dolphins. Dolphins suck. We bullied Tua, so Tyreek got shut down. Eagles, Kelly Green. Goddamn, that's sexy.
And then you want to talk about A.J. Brown? Having 5 straight 100-yard games?
Yeah, he's tied with Calvin Ridley, I believe. If he does it one more time, he has the record.
Calvin Ridley?
Or Calvin Johnson.
Okay.
Not Calvin
I was
Ridley.
about to say, the only thing he has streak sports betting.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Not Calvin Ridley. Calvin Johnson, the much better receiver.
Yeah. And then let's talk about that final upset.
Yep,
That was the best one for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah. Vikings beat the Niners on Monday Night Football. Brock Purdy. What's happening, man? I thought you were that guy.
Yeah, now they play the Bengals, and who? Only God knows.
Yeah, and then did you see that 60-yard touchdown by Addison before the half?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was tough.
Yeah, he had over 100 yards that game. And then, Purdy had 2 interceptions.
Kirk was feeling himself. Yeah. I'm so proud.
And it was on prime time too.
No, Kirk could change. Yep, I mean, a great game overall. I liked watching it. The Niners, it kind of shocked me too, because Chris McCaffrey had a good game too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, look, this is what happens when you don't have Debo, apparently. God.
Okay, so first of all, Drake London going off this game, at least a touchdown, at least 50 yards. Start him. Second of all, Colts are going to get the dub over the Saints. Saints doing terrible, Colts going off. And and third, saying Chargers got to get a bad loss here against the Bears. Bears got to come out on top. Yeah, on Monday night. Okay, my 3 starts. Josh Downs for the Colts. He's got to be going off this week. He's always scoring touchdowns now. Second start, Sam Laporta for the Lions. Sam Laporta, he always has the on and off games. Sam Laporta is going off this week. Third start, T. Higgins. 49ers never look out for the wide receiver too. T. Higgins is going to go off. For my sits, Amari Cooper. Not too sure on the Browns this week. Browns against Seahawks too. Tariq Woolen, not going to work. Next sit, Mike Evans. Mike Evans has been going off recently, but he's not going to go off this whole season. Mike Evans, this is going to be his bad week. And last sit, Debo. The Bengals are going to be looking all over Debo this game, and he's just going to get locked up. Oh.
No, not really.
All right, then that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.